Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden. Voters could make Denver the very first city in the country to decriminalize psychedelic mushrooms. This is uncharted territory here, and if we're going to explore it, nothing less than the full 360 treatment will do. Here's Denver 7's Russell Haythorne.
If you've ever been to a show at Red Rocks, you may have seen concert goers using club drugs. But do those drugs have a place here?
You have 1 minute to sign a petition to decriminalize mushrooms in Denver. People shouldn't be going to prison for a plant.
It's a terrible idea. Denver is quickly becoming the illicit drug capital of the world.
Tonight, we're going 360 with the man who has high hopes of taking the measure to the May ballot, the director of the think tank who says Denver is heading down a dangerous drug-induced path, the patient with terminal brain tumors who says shrooms changed his life, and the casual user who says they're non-addictive.
People can only sign it in your presence, and you have to physically watch them sign it.
We start with Kevin Matthews, who headed up the group collecting signatures.
Denver has a strong history of drug policy reform.
He's taking his lead from the legalization of pot.
We modeled our language after cannabis legislation in 2005 and 2007.
Matthews says shrooms have helped him break his own cycle of depression.
Mushrooms have enabled me to look outside the box that depression creates. It's a nonviolent drug.
But Jeff Hunt is calling his bluff.
This is a psychedelic drug where you're typically going to go into some type of trip that can last anywhere from 3 to 6 hours.
Hunt heads up a public think tank at Colorado Christian University. He wonders how far it will all go. First weed, then supervised injection sites, and now decriminalizing psychedelic shrooms.
The truth is, we have no idea what the long-term health impact of these drugs are going to do to the people of Colorado.
While the Denver Chamber and the Downtown Denver Partnership have taken no position yet, Hunt sees a definite economic downside.
At a certain point, parents are going to look at the city of Denver and go, I don't want to take my kids to that city. I don't think tourists are going to want to come to this state.
The matrix gets even more complex with patients like Chris, who has end-stage spinal and brain tumors.
The mushrooms seem to have calmed them better than any drugs that they've been able to give me. I'm not saying it's a panacea or that it's for everyone. I just want to be comfortable.
And still others argue shrooms are less habit-forming than opioids and other drugs.
See the therapeutic benefits that are available and create an environment where people can talk about set and setting and dose.
Read us more. Those 9,000 signatures are now under review as the future of fungus fuels a fiery debate.
It is a medicine.
I'm concerned we're going in the wrong direction, rather than really encouraging people to lead healthy and productive lives.
And we'd love your opinion on this. Email us, 360@thedenverchannel.com, or send us a message on Facebook or Twitter. Then tune back in. Tomorrow we will have your responses.
I, Jared S. Polis.
I, Jared S. Polis.
His partner, Marlon Reyes, at his side. Today, Jared Polis took the oath of office and accepted the responsibility of being Colorado's 43rd governor. And that selfie aside, his address was straight to the point. Colorado is and will be challenged in the coming years, and it's up to all of us to rise to the occasion.
With the rising cost of living, that's made it harder for folks to pay for quality health care or provide their kids with a good education or ever afford to buy a home in the community that they love, no less save for retirement. Our mission now is to make Colorado a place where all families have the chance to thrive today, tomorrow, and for generations to come.
Governor Polis will lay out his administration's plan to address growth, education, and health care at his State of the State address Thursday. Well, we are working to learn more tonight about the situation that has put 4 Cherry Creek School District employees on leave. A Smoky Hill High School assistant principal, athletic director, head wrestling coach, and math teacher are all off the job as of right now as Aurora police investigate how they handled an incident involving a student with a gun. It happened off campus. The school stresses no one was hurt, but won't exactly tell us what happened. Aurora Police as well. They have not returned our calls yet. We will stay on top of this, I promise, and update you the moment we have more. Well, Colorado is nearing 1,000 flu cases, serious enough to go to the hospital. Numbers out tonight from the state show roughly 960 people have been hospitalized for influenza. Also, 11 outbreaks reported at long-term care facilities. That's up from 8 last week. And this is, of course, the time of year when a lot of us get sick. So we ask a pharmacist, how do you tell the difference between the common cold and the flu?
Typically, symptoms that you're going to see are high fever, chills, upper respiratory type symptoms like coughing, stuffy nose. But typically, it's the high fever that really differentiates a cold versus the flu.
And if there's any good news we learned today, there are no deaths have been reported with the flu. Also, it's not too late to get your flu shot. A northern Colorado man says the work done to his home isn't just shoddy, it's not even up to code. Denver 7's Jason Grenauer headed to Wellington to see if he could help both sides reach a compromise.
The wife wanted a farmhouse.
Mike Griffin's wife got one, and in the summer, he decided to have new siding put on.
If you don't look real close, it looks pretty good.
But when you do look really close,
there's no reason for that. And down there, it's just off, not even close to being level.
He says the job done by Window and Siding Outlet of Loveland,
it was not done right from the very beginning.
Concerned about this two-tone look, he says wasn't in his contract.
The shingles are not coming all the way down, and this doesn't have any shingles at all.
And then there's the problem of what's underneath, or what isn't underneath.
They did not use house wrap.
Now he's worried about water getting in, and appearance, and how much he paid for the job.
$17,500.
Contact 7 called and spoke to the owner of Window and Siding Outlet. He says the underneath insulation board, seen here after a piece of siding blew off, is enough. But Wellington and the entire surrounding county requires house wrap under code, the International Residential Code passed in 2012.
You have to have the vapor barrier.
Another independent siding contractor agreed, saying they would never side a house anywhere in the state without house wrap.
I fear maybe if I get it out in the public, maybe these people will get the message that they have to do the job right.
Window and Siding Outlet says despite what they call nitpicking, they would consider sending Griffin a partial refund. In Wellington, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
All right, on to your first alert weather from our crack weather team here. How do you beat this for early January? You can't. Now, a little hiccup here in the 7-day. On Friday, it looks like right now we've got a chance for light snow, maybe 1 to 3 inches. We're still keeping an eye on that system, so keep it here as we creep closer to whatever is coming on Friday. This has been your Denver 7 on-demand update. Thank you for joining us. Please check back later tonight. We'll have another one for you. And download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Shannon Ogden.